1 year passes and they once again post the casting sheet, hey, we are looking for the best for the person who gets the best job ever. Will you be it? And I was like, is it going to be embarrassing if I apply a second time? Or is it going to be brave? What if I don't get it for a second time? Is it going to be, and I was like thinking, and then I was like, you know what? Let me just do it. So I applied and I got it. And then
did you have to go through the same process?
It was a similar process because the first year it was like such a big post. It went viral. So many people applied and everything was open to the public. You had to post your story. Everybody could see the story, and then most of the people did a highlight on Instagram, so you could always view the story. And then I could see how like the other people who applied for the job will still view my story, and everybody was like trying to see if there are clues. Did anyone get contacted already? And so it was like really exciting, and people were texting me, hey, Paulina, I saw that you applied. I also applied. Did you already get an email? You really had a nice application. I was like, no, nobody texted me yet. And in the second year, it was a little bit more private. They wanted a 30 seconds video via DM. So 30 seconds, not a lot to say. And it was just me, I think, in the dark. And it was really cold, and my boyfriend recorded me from inside, and then he opened the door and he's like, it's dark, it's in the middle of the night, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm just practicing to become the new AY host. I'm so ready. I've been practicing the whole year. I don't have a lot to say. You guys know me already. Take me in.
Good idea.
Yeah. And it worked. I had a casting. I got invited to the headquarters this time. It was not like the same with producing content, but it was just money talk. And then they said I was one of the first, and they already said, yo, we are going to talk to the other people, but you're already top of our list. And then I got a call, and I had an amazing year. I interviewed people like Heidi Klum, you know. And this was like a very big thing for me, because when I finished A-levels, I applied for Germany's Next Topmodel, which is crazy because I've been modeling since I'm like 14, and I always had the issue in Germany. Now I'm like more on the thicker side, but I used to be quite slim. I always had a little bit of a butt, you know, so it was always an issue with my agencies back in the day. So I thought, listen, when I go to Germany's Next Topmodel, people will know me and people will ignore the fact that my butt is a little bit bigger than 90, 60, 90, you know? So I did it, and I also got in, but only for the first episode. And I got kicked out after the first episode, and I was so broken, fresh out of school. Heidi Klum is telling me that she couldn't remember my walk. I was so tired, and my mom always used to tell me, listen, you will meet her one day and it will be a different environment. Yeah. And then I interviewed her.
Did you remind her?
I didn't. I
should have.
I should have. I was so nervous, because once like a big person like Heidi Klum enters an area, everything is stress. There are security people need to get her to the venue. It was so stressful. And one thing about you, which was an issue for me, but it was also interesting, nobody will brief the guests that I will interview them. So I will have to like jump and say, hi, I work for About You. Can I have you for some seconds? And then I would do it. But like, try get to like Heidi Klum, who has like all her security people around her. So I was just like, let me get this. And people were like behind me saying, Paulina, now's the time, you should go. And I was like, oh, I don't want to disappoint anyone. So I just did it real quick, and I wasn't sure, should I ask her? Should I say something? It was like, I don't know. So I didn't want to do it. I just want to stay professional.
I guess. I guess. It
but
wasn't off your... I mean, your work, right?
Yeah.
So it's not off your own back that you got that opportunity. So you have to keep it on the level.
Yes, exactly.
It would have been good to see her reaction.
Maybe another time.
You know, maybe politely be like, I was on Germany's Next Top model, and you said my walk. You know, laugh about it.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, I don't know. Anyway, so within all that experience, what have you learned about yourself?
I think I learned about myself that I shouldn't be so hard on myself, because I have like I put too much pressure on me. I want to be good, and I don't want to disappoint. And sometimes I'm at home and I look at my videos and I'm like, they're so good, but do the other people also think that? And I think with About You as example, there were a lot of eyes on me since I was the face of the whole Instagram channel, and About You is such a huge company. I just wanted everyone to be happy with my work because I put a lot of work and love into my work. So I sometimes I was just scared that that people won't be happy with it. At the end of the day, everybody was happy with it, and I also learned about myself that I'm damn good at what I do. Sorry to say, but that's like also a thing. I learned that I can work amazingly under pressure. I will be at an event, and I remember we were in Milan. There were so many celebrities running around, and I had to talk to celebrities, talk to the guests. I had to record some behind the scenes. I had to record content from sponsors. So I had like 24 hours, less than 24 hours to do this, that, and this. And I did everything. And at the end of the day, I was always very proud of myself because I knew I did the best I could and it was really good. So I always think that I have like this imposter syndrome, but on the other hand, I know I am good. So I need to like remind myself. And this is like something
100%.
I battle with to this day. But there are always moments where I realize I'm so good.
100%. You always
Y'all
have to
should
remind
book
yourself
me.
of that. Like,
Yeah.
I used to work for Apple,
Oh.
and there was moments where every year they would take us to the Apple Park to work on. My team works on the website for Europe. So if there's a new product coming out like the iPhone 17, we'll all go to Apple Park, and then they'll lock us in a room because you know how secretive Apple is, to kind of create the websites and stuff like that. And there'll be times where I'll be walking in Apple Park and I'll think to myself, how did I end up here? You know? And I had so many moments where I was like, this can't be real. Because of that imposter syndrome. Because before you would imagine working at Apple, you have to be this kind of person, that kind of person, super intelligent. Well, I wouldn't say I'm not super intelligent, but I didn't think I didn't deserve to be there, but it always felt like a long shot.
Yeah.
But then every now and again, especially my sister alerted me to what I just said to you a few moments ago. It was like, PY, like you started your own magazine for 7 years. You run your own magazine. Like, you were built for this.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate that experience that you've given yourself. So I kind of relate to what you're saying. If we turn our eyes now to being in Germany, I've lived in Germany for just over, coming up to 3 years now, coming up to 3 years now. I know how difficult it is in Germany to achieve anything outside of a career, a normal 9-to-5 career. How have you dealt with trying to kind of, because I feel like you almost have to create your own path in Germany.
Yeah.
How have you dealt with that?
That's a good question. Let me think about it. How have I dealt with it?